Minglaba and welcome to Myanmar Radio's Myanmar Today. I am Agajo. Today we report on Myanmar's agriculture sector highly supported as food security becomes serious amid COVID-19. State Counsellor reminding careless abandonment is full of danger. Accusation against Chief Minister lost votes. And the last report is 75 or 75th online exhibition to commemorate State Counsellor's birthday. All of that on this edition of Myanmar Today, but for now, let's take a look at what's happening in local news. The Sagai Region Investment Committee SRIC has endorsed over 30 domestic proposals with an estimated capital of over 17 billion jets and about $3 million and $1.3 million worth one joint venture so far. That is according to the data released by the Directorate of Investment and Company Administration. Those enterprises are engaged in the water park and garden, cultivation and manufacturing crops drying, categorizing and rice milling and processing activities, manufacturing and marketing of a concrete pillar, manufacturing of motorcycle parts and accessories, manufacturing of special bamboo furniture, hotel services, packing and wrapping equipment supplier, processing and packaging of sugarcane mud, and private school. The first task force meeting on midterm review of the Kuala Lumpur Transport Strategic Plan, the 49th ASEAN Senior Transport Officials Meeting, and the ASEAN China Senior Transport Officials Meeting were held through video conferencing on the 16th and 17th of June. Present at the meetings were senior transport officials from 10 ASEAN member nations and China, officials from the Office of the ASEAN Secretary General, Permanent Secretary Wu Wen-kan of Myanmar's Ministry of Transport and Communication, and senior officials from the Department of Civil Aviation, Department of Marine Administration, Department of Road Transport Administration, Department of Roads, and Myanmar Railways. Myanmar National Airlines landed at the Yangon International Airport yesterday afternoon with the 155 nationals from Changi International Airport of Singapore yesterday. As they arrived in Yangon, officials from the Ministry of Labor, Immigration and Population, the Ministry of Health and Sports, and the Yangon Region government helped for their 21-day quarantine period in line with the regulations of immigration and medical checks. As per the directives of the National Level Central Committee on Prevention, Control and Treatment of Coronavirus Disease 2019, and in coordination with the other relevant ministries in Myanmar and the Myanmar embassies in respective countries, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs arranged relief flights and charter planes to bring back Myanmar people from foreign countries. A total of 4,183 people have been repatriated to Myanmar to date. Nearly 70% of over 400 hotels in Mandalay region will reopen upon completion of the inspection process. That is according to the Directorate of Hotels and Tourism Department in Mandalay region. To be able to reopen the hotels recognized by the department in the Mandalay region, authorities are inspecting the hotels whether they follow the instructions of the health regulations. The operation of the hotels and guest houses has been suspended during the coronavirus prevention and control period. To be able to resume the operation, the government team will inspect those hotels and guest houses whether they follow 59 rules set up by the Ministry of Health and Sports. The rules are not very strict, but are aimed to ensuring the health and safety of the workers and customers. More than 400 hotels are holding the license issued by the Directorate of Hotels and Tourism Department in the Mandalay region. That's all with the local news. Now we'll move on to our first report. State Counsellor Daw San Suu Kyi discussed about the impacts of the COVID-19 on agriculture sector on 18th of June. Because of the outbreak of COVID-19, food security becomes a crucial issue, and the countries which can produce and grow food can assist in food requirement. So the State Counsellor urged to build Myanmar as the agro-based industrialized nation by enhancing the agriculture sector. Tora Aswithin has more.
The World Bank stated that it is crucial to keep agriculture safely running as an essential business because of the potential rise in food insecurity to access and purchase food despite economic impacts during the COVID-19 pandemic. It is expected that Myanmar, being an agriculture country, can take opportunities to be a part of the support for global food security. Therefore, the government is urging and supporting agriculture sector by regarding as the important issues during the outbreak of COVID-19.
Being an agriculture country, we have been doing farming for a long time till today. It is an important sector for our country. I have mentioned many times that we want Myanmar as agro-based industrialized nation. We have basic infrastructure for agriculture and it is necessary to do value added for development.
It was said by State Counsellor Aung San Suu Kyi at the regular video conferencing concerning agriculture sector held on the 18th of June. Union Minister for Agriculture, Livestock and Irrigation Dr. Aung Tu, Chairman of Myanmar Rice Federation U Yen Min Aung and Outstanding Farmer Award winner Do Jin Sai from Irrawaddy region discussed with the State Counsellor. As the consequences of the pandemic, productivity, services, and trade became slower, it has impacts on the farmers and agriculture, including affected market, unbalanced demand and supply, and suspension of export and trade. Union Minister Dr. Aung Tu presented about how the ministry is responding to COVID-19 impacts on agriculture.
To remedy impacts on agriculture sector, the ministry is performing under CERP plan for planting and income retention in 287 townships of other states and regions. Except Chin State, we are to plant nearly 700,000 paddy species in 100,000 acres with the support of the government for 14.91 billion kyats. This plan is to be completed before the end of September. Moreover, 42 billion kyats will be provided to 1,700 villages as rural areas fund. Agricultural machineries will be distributed in 11 states and regions.
Beyond COVID-19, CERP mentions to perform productivity enhancement and market connectivity. The ministry is also to undertake the improvement of the infrastructure for the storage as well as qualified laboratories for checking quality, and it is connecting with the World Bank to get low. Rice is the main product of the country, and amid COVID-19, Myanmar received proposal of rice purchase from other countries. Over 70,000 tons of rice were distributed to the citizens as part of the government support of essential items. About 200,000 tons of rice were exported to other countries, especially Philippines, China, and Malaysia, from 1st May to 15 June, which was worth of $100 million. The government also has 40,000 tons backup rice in hand.
If the paddy produced in summer will be sold out in winter, I will face with cash shortage during the rainy season. It will be the same for the other farmers. Although we have storage, we don't have network for selling. So if the government can contact with us, with the largely consumption parties, our cash flow can be smooth in time. This year, I have a plan to plant on 16 acres of my own land.
The State Counsellor highlighted the climate change and alternative global market for the farmers to adapt the circumstances for the development of agriculture.
Climate change is the serious problem for the agriculture sector, so we have to depend on advanced technology and learn from the developed countries. Along with the climate change, we have to adapt new techniques as well as new infrastructure. Moreover, we cannot depend on only one product, such as rice. Even rice can be produced in different kinds. The farmers should grow different kinds of plants. We welcome and support the innovation of plantation. During the outbreak of COVID-19, we perform immediate actions, and we have to adapt these actions if they work well. Farmers are the strength of our country, and the farmers need to be strongly united and beneficial to the country.
Laura Susan reporting from MI Radio.
Thus, the report on Myanmar's agriculture sector highly supported as food security becomes serious amid COVID-19. Myanmar reported a number of COVID-19 cases up to 286, with 6 deaths and 187 recoveries. After 2 months of the semi-lockdown, the commercial city has been back to new normal lifestyle with the coronavirus. Despite weeks of public health messages emphasizing the importance of maintaining social distancing, many people seem not to have been listening. People are more concerned about their livelihoods and then the risk of the infections.
Myanmar reported a number of COVID-19 cases are up to 286, with 6 deaths and 187 recoveries. New cases are mostly being detected among the returnees from abroad, but there has been a handful of cases in recent weeks of the local transmission. After 2 weeks of the semi-lockdown, the commercial city has been back to new normalized time with coronavirus. Despite week of public health messages emphasizing the importance of maintaining social distancing, many people seem not to have been listening. People are more concerned about their livelihood than the risk of infection. Unyinyi, regional representative from the community South Township, spoke to Myanmar Radio about the careless behavior of the people not wearing the mask. He said,
The people become careless about the virus these days. Some don't even wear masks while going out. We have already announced the fines for not following the rules. It is also up to the situation of the infections. Since the local transmission is fewer and many are recovered, some people think that the infection is almost finished. But we have to be careful about the second wave. Even though the people neglect the restrictions, we have to urge the people to be careful about the second wave and wear the mask. Avoiding the crowded places can be easy for the working class people who use the public transportation.
Since the local transmission is fewer than the very first day, people are careless about the guidelines instructed by the Ministry of Health and Sport. People find that it being difficult to follow health rules and regulations for COVID-19 restricted by the national levels or Central Committee for Prevention, Control and Treatment of COVID-19. The government is gradually relaxing some restrictions but trying to encourage people to maintain social distancing and encouraging general hygienic measures. Dr. Tan Nang-so, Director of Health Knowledge Promotion Division from the Ministry of Health and Sport, said about the second wave infection.
In the current situation, the first wave is almost finished. For the prevention of second wave, people have to follow the restrictions from the Ministry of Health and Sports. We have to prepare for the second wave in our best because we can't know whether the situation will be worse or not. COVID-19 is a long-term battle for all of us. Though the livelihood is important, don't forget to follow the restrictions, which are very important.
Ko Win Nai from Shripida Township spoke to Myanmar Radio about the people starting to be careless about the mask. He said,
People start to be careless about it. They wear the mask and follow the rules and regulations at first. There have been a lot of people who didn't wear the masks, even in the crowded streets and public transportation. But for our living, we have to go out and have to go to work. Some are not afraid of the virus anymore, but we're taking care of our health and the government should fine the people who don't follow the rules.
State Counsellor Dawn Sansuji also wrote on her Facebook page that doing whatever you want with careless abandon like in normal time is full of danger. She also said we have to draw with regard to protecting ourselves from COVID-19. In some countries where they have already announced that they have overcome the COVID challenges, they are now facing COVID cases. In this type of situation, we should be scared because we need to scare, she asked to the people. The global pandemic spread to 188 countries, killing over 448,000 and afflicting over 8,349,000 people, according to the Johns Hopkins Coronavirus Resource Center.
That's a report on State Counsellor reminding careless abandonment is full of danger. Stay with us as we bring you more reports on Myanmar Today. The accusation against Upyo Minthain, submitted by 33 Lutto representatives of Yangon Region Lutto, was put to discussion, and Lutto representatives cast their ballot to decide whether to investigate the matter further or not. But the result was not what the accusing party expected. Willison has the full report.
The accusation against Yangon Region Chief Minister U Phyo Min was signed and submitted to Regional Hluttaw by 33 members of Hluttaw, and the matter was investigated by investigation team. And the issue came to light after Tamil representative together with USDP members signed a petition against U Phyo Min, and the petition was submitted to the Speaker of Hluttaw on 5th of June. The main objective of the accusation is said to be the issue of trust between Tamil representatives along with USDP members in Hluttaw and U Phyo Min. The matter came to get discussed, and the elements found by investigation committee were presented to Hluttaw on 18th of June, and Hluttaw representatives cast their ballots on whether the accusation was true or not. The report was made by U Teng Win, Hluttaw representative of Gogojun Township, Constituency 1, together with 32 other Hluttaw representatives. This is the second urgent meeting being called by Yangon Region Hluttaw in the month of June, and speaking at Hluttaw, U Teng Montoon. He said after receiving the application accusing U Phyo Min on the matter of trust between each other, Hluttaw formed investigation team to thoroughly investigate the matter and present it to Hluttaw according to the procedures. The accusation mentions several works that regional government has been doing, including New Yangon City project to be carried out as soon as possible, and it also included the matter of land acquisitions for New Yangon City project. The report of the investigation also mentioned that the New Yangon City project was not abandoned by the regional government, but the project will be carried out. However, the call for tender, which 3 of the companies got, was cancelled by the current government. The New Yangon City project is still in the process of calling for tender under the permission of the union government. Another main accusation put against U Phyo Min include the financial use of present government regarding investment on Citibank, where 64 billion kyat was projected to be invested in this bank. NYDC was formed using 10 billion kyats from 64 billion kyats for the development of the project, and the accusation was made that even though the government has used more than 700 million kyats of administrative monies for the development of the project, there is still no sign of progress being made by the government. But it was defended by the accused, saying that the report is misleading as it doesn't give correct fiscal year's date for the use of the fund. And it was defended by saying that NYDC is investing the money without wasting the public contribution, and therefore this accusation of money laundering is not correct. Another issue also includes buying school bus from South Korea, which is also related to misusing of the public fund, lending money from some of the private banks for the purchase of buses when YBS was formed. And one of the most interested issues was social gathering while contributing basic commodities in Thaindaya Township, saying that it violated the restrictions imposed by the government to not have social gathering. Religious gathering at Bodhram Pagoda was also mentioned in the report, but it was defended by saying that it was done according to the rules and restriction, making the minimum attendance without the public, and it took only about 10 minutes. For all these accusations, the ballot was cast at Regional Hluttaw, and there was a total of 117 Hluttaw representatives to cast the ballots. 77 of them voted against the accusations. 25 of them voted in favor of it, and 15 of them did not cast their votes. Therefore, the matter was forfeited as it did not receive 2/3 of the total representatives in Hluttaw. And later, the Hluttaw speaker mentioned that the accusation did not receive enough votes for further investigation. It was said to be false accusation against U Phyo Min. This is Williamson for MI Radio.
That's a report on accusation against Chief Minister losing votes. The 75th online exhibition have been displayed to commemorate State Counsellor's birthday. The National Museum of Myanmar in Yangon has organized the exhibition, and it includes 75 portrait pictures of the State Counsellor, created by 75 female painters from various regions and states in Myanmar. Soyirana and Pyodiritu have the story.
The National Museum of Myanmar in Yangon has organized and displayed an online art exhibition titled 75 for 75th in commemoration of the 75th anniversary birthday of State Counsellor Daw Aung San Suu Kyi, which falls on 19 June. This online exhibition includes 75 portrait pictures of the State Counsellor created by 75 female painters from various regions and states in Myanmar. Actually, the commemorative birthday art exhibition was arranged to display at National Museum of Myanmar in Yangon. But the exhibition has been transformed into an online show due to the COVID-19 outbreak. The online portrait exhibition has been displayed on the Facebook page and the official website of National Museum, Yangon, starting from 19th June. U Joshinao, Assistant Director, National Museum, is one of the organizers from the exhibition. He told Myanmar Radio about 75 or 75th, which is the first online exhibition organized by National Museum, Yangon.
ပထမကတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ပြတိုက်တွေမှာတော့ကျွန်တော်ရင်ကတော့ကျွန်တော်ပြတိုက်တွေရဲ့ပုံစံကတော့
We have been traditionally working on a physical exhibition till now. Unfortunately, when the pandemic occurs, we can't arrange for art shows, so we have to transform it into a universal system which needs advanced technology. Around 50 of the paintings are from Yangon, so the tag crews take the responsibilities of getting the images of arts to exhibit online. But there are also participants who are from other regions, so we have to ask them to keep the resolution of the image high and to send it via email. For the disadvantage of online art exhibitions are that there will be a little bit of color changes and the audiences can meet and discuss about the paintings directly. Not because of COVID-19 outbreak, we have further expectations on achieving the modernized online exhibitions. For the physical ones, only audiences from Yangon will get chances to see it, so we want to spread the audience reach not only to other states and regions but also to the worldwide by using online transactions.
ကြိုက်တဲ့အချိန်ကြည့်လို့ရတယ်သူတို့ကြိုက်တဲ့ဟာကိုသူ download ဆွဲပြီး reference ဖြစ်လုပ်လို့ရပါတယ်အဲ့အတွက်ကျွန်တော်အများကြီးကြိုးစားအောင်
The 75 female painters, including from Yangon, Mandalay, Bien U Luen, Bago, Pi, Dawe, and others, created different shades of the State Counsellor by using the methods of oil painting, watercolor painting, pastel painting, acrylic painting, and chakra drawings. Speaking to Myanmar Radio about the online exhibition, one of the artists, Dr. Dokin Meji, said,
85နှစ်မြောက်အမေစုရဲ့စိန်ရတုမွေးနေ့ပွဲလေးပေါ့နော်မွေးနေ့ကြာရောက်တယ်ပေါ့အဲ့တော့
This online exhibition is celebrated in honor of the State Counsellor's 75th birthday, so we wanted to make a portrait collection of 75 artists. We announced about this exhibition on Facebook and asked for the participants who would like to share their artworks. Luckily, we got all 75 artists within 2 days. People's thoughts and ideas are different from one another, so in this exhibition, audience can see the 75 different artworks only on a same subject. We put all the loves for our State Counsellor, the patriotism to our nation, and the unity of our female artists in this exhibition, so audience will meet satisfactions indeed.
ကျွန်မတော့ပရိသတ်တွေအနေနဲ့အားလုံးနှစ်ချိုက်လိမ့်မယ်လို့ပဲမျှော်လင့်ပါတယ်
Artist Mya Datwe is a charcoal contemporary artist, and she said her feelings in participation in the exhibition. Artist Mya Datwe said,
မချာကိုမီဒီယာနဲ့ဆွဲတာပါအဲ့တော့အမေစုကိုရည်ရွယ်ပြီးဆွဲခဲ့တဲ့ကားလေး
I use charcoal as a medium in my painting. I do for about 1 month and I have to finish. And on the other side, I work as a teacher and I do both teaching and painting at the same time. In our country, men take role in almost every place, also in art sector. This will be the great benefit to show about women empowerment and considerably in honor of the State Counsellor's 75th birthday. There will be no better event than this.
ဒီပေါ်ကိုယုံကြည်မှုပေးနိုင်လိမ့်မယ်လို့ယူဆပါတယ်
The paintings displayed in the exhibition are not labeled with price tag. If the audience are interested in paintings and want to color them, the artist can directly be contacted or through National Museum Yangon. According to the organizers of the exhibition, their catalog for 75 or 75th exhibition is being planned to give as a birthday present to the state councillor. I am Pyo Ritu. This is news reporting from Myanmar Radio.
And that's all we have for today's reports, and it's time to check on some international news here on Myanmar Today. Two police officers have been shot and seriously injured after a routine traffic stop in Auckland, New Zealand. The shooter fled the scene in Marseille in a vehicle and has not been caught. Police in New Zealand do not normally carry guns, and it is rare for officers to be killed in the line of duty. According to the police, the last was in May 2009 when a senior constable was shot at a house in Nepal while carrying out a routine search warrant. A further 1.5 million Americans filed for unemployment last week, a higher than expected number that signals the economic damage caused by the pandemic is continuing. Although reopening is underway throughout the country, the number of new applications for benefits fell by just 58,000, the Labor Department said. It was the 13th week in a row the figures have held above 1 million. The claims remain more than double the pre-pandemic record set in 1982. China and India will de-escalate the tensions at the border as soon as possible to restore and protect the peace and tranquility at border regions, complying with the consensus reached by two militaries, Chinese Foreign Ministry said on Thursday. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Lijian said at the Thursday press conference, the overall situation at the border of China and India is stable and currently under control. Chinese State Counsellor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi have discussed the issue with the Indian Minister of External Affairs, Subramanian Jaishankar, on Wednesday through phone calls, agreeing on de-escalation of the situation. The U.S. Supreme Court on Thursday rejected President Donald Trump's bid to cancel the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals Program, or DACA, a program protecting 700,000 undocumented migrants brought to the United States as children, according to local media reports. DACA was established through an executive order by former President Barack Obama. It allowed the so-called dreamers to work, pay taxes, and integrate into the legal economy of the only country they'd ever known as long as they didn't have a criminal record. Earlier in 2017, Trump declared to the end of DACA, his administration claiming that Obama didn't have the power to create such a program without an act of Congress. And that's all we have for today. Thanks for joining me on Myanmar Today. I am Agajo. Have a great day, everyone. Stay home, stay safe, practice good personal hygiene, and follow instructions strictly, and always be on high alert for important news. Goodbye.